In Cloud Foundation, adding capacity to deployed workload domains is easily done by either adding more hosts to an existing cluster or by adding an additional cluster to an existing workload domain. In this video, I will show how to add additional hosts to an existing cluster. From the vSphere client, we see that the vSphere cluster in the management domain is currently comprised of 4 hosts. We will add 2 additional hosts to this cluster. From the SDDC Manager, navigate to Workload Domains and select the management domain. We see a summary of the management cluster, again showing that it is currently comprised of 4 hosts. Selecting the cluster and navigating to the Host tab, we see the details for the 4 hosts. To add additional hosts to the cluster, click Actions and select Add Host. We are presented with a list of available hosts from the SDDC Manager free pool. Note that the top 3 hosts have been commissioned for use with the Management Network pool, where the bottom 2 hosts were commissioned for use with the Prod pool. As we are adding hosts to the cluster in the management domain, we need to select hosts configured for the management pool. Here I have selected hosts 5 and 6. As we are adding hosts to an existing cluster, these hosts will inherit the current switch configuration. We simply add the vSphere license key, review the changes, and when ready to add the host, click Finish. A workflow is initiated to add the host to the cluster. It will take around 15 minutes to add these hosts. Here again, we can expand the workflow and view the subtask. With the workflow complete, the SDDC Manager now shows 6 hosts in the management cluster. Navigating back to the vSphere client, we can confirm that there are now 6 hosts in the management cluster. In this video, we saw how easy it is to add capacity to an existing vSphere cluster that is configured as part of a Cloud Foundation domain. The SDDC Manager makes it easy to not only stand up new infrastructure, but to scale the infrastructure over time in response to ongoing fluctuations in application demand. To learn more about VMware Cloud Foundation, visit the Cloud Foundation Resource Center at core.vmware.com.